Hello YouTube and welcome diecast enthusiasts. This is diecast for you to see, and for you to see today are some purchases I made from a recent toy fair or swap meet. It's a really mixed bag. Most of them I had to hunt through some plastic boxes just to find what was of interest. Most of these are loose and some varying conditions, but I thought a majority of them were quite interesting and they were quite inexpensive. So let's take a look at the first one, and it's a Matchbox Chevy van. I haven't got one of these. I know they've been around for some time, but I thought I would pick this up. I believe this cost me £1, so that was well worth it. And the next one is another Chevy van, but this time it's from Hot Wheels. It's quite nice, this one, in that it's got the metal base, so it's quite a heavy piece really, and the tailgate at the rear opens, so I do like that one. That was about the same price, about £1. This next one, I have no idea what it is or even why I bought it really. I do, it was because it was cheap and it just looked like a novelty piece. I don't know who made it, there's no maker's name on the base. It's a little plastic car. Maybe a Plymouth or a Chevy of some sort. Coming up next this is rough, it's dirty, it needs cleaning, but it's a Fiat X19 that you don't see too often in this scale. It's a sort of approximately 1/64. Again, no maker's mark on this. It was just made in Hong Kong. But this was all in the same box as most of these have come from. And probably breaking it down, this was about 50p item, so it's nothing. And from Ertl this time, again this is a bit rough, but it's the Dukes of Hazzard, of course, Charger. A little bit battered and bruised, but again this was a very cheap piece, 50p or less. Something a wee bit different, but also in the TV and film related genre. This is a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. This was made by Tootsie Toys. Not real too sure what scale this is, but it's probably about 2.5 inches long, so it's a little bit larger than 1/64, but it's an okay piece and it's in quite good condition, and the wings fold in. I believe the windscreen maybe is a bit curved at the top. Whether that's intentional, I'm not too sure. But again, a very cheap piece, 50p or so. Got a Racing Champions coming up. Not got this one before. I've got a few Racing Champions that are not dissimilar, but definitely haven't got this one, so from Johnny Lightning next, and this is the Monkey Mobile, which is a casting I do like. I know, I believe I know they come out as a double set, but I don't know if they came out singly. Obviously it wasn't on a card. Most of these, as I said earlier, were loose, but this was buried in the bottom of a lot of other cars, and it looks in remarkably good condition considering it could have been well chipped, but it looks pretty good. This next one is a rally car, and this is from a company called New Ray, which is quite a cheap, inexpensive range. It's got no real significance, this one, and it won't be going in the cabinet on display, but I just pulled it out as being an okay piece. I think it was about 20 or 30 pence, so again, no big shakes. We've got another Ertl coming up there. I cannot remember the name of these. I don't know if it is a Chevy. I believe it's the same as the black version that was done for a film which escapes me. The next one coming up is a bit of a strange one. It's all plastic, and it's a Mercedes, but it's seen better days. It's from a company called KS Toys. I don't know this company, but it's what's on the base. Again, I just bought it because it was a bit quirky and a bit different. It won't be going into the cabinet. No idea how old this is. On the slim chance one of you watching may know anything about this, by all means let me know. As I say, it's KS Toys and it is plastic. Next one coming up, some of you will recognise. It's from Johnny Lightning, and it's a Pontiac GTO. Very nice colour, this one. I've seen this on a card with a CD. I don't know if it was only produced in that way or it was on a ordinary card with no CD, but again, this was in the box and it still looks in really nice condition, so it's a miracle, because there were quite a few hands going in amongst the box to pick bits out. But this is a very nice colour indeed, so pretty pleased to have that GTO. This next one is going back a bit, and it's a Tootsie Toy, and it's a Ford Thunderbird. I don't know anything about this company. I have heard of Tootsie Toy before, and I may have a couple of pieces from them, but I just thought it was a bit unusual, quite crude. I would imagine it was made back in the, guessing, 80s, maybe 70s possibly. Not too sure at all, but again, if any of you know about this, by all means let me know if you'd like to in the comments. Got another Johnny Lightning coming up. Like a woody wagon, which is pretty smart. And another Johnny Lightning coming up now, and I was pleased to find this in the box as a loose piece. Again, it's still in good condition. The little red wagon, and it's the sort of drag van with the engine in the rear. Single seat there in the centre of the driving position. So that was a good find. Coming up next from Racing Champions again. This is quite rough, this one. No grille on the front, but it's a Mustang. I think it's a Mustang Speedster on the base. Never seen this before. I don't particularly like it, but again, because it was only a few pence, I just picked it up. I was just trying to get a bundle together really. We've got another Matchbox coming up. Ford pickup, which I do like. Similar to the one that I showed first, the Texaco Chevy panel van. These have been around some time, but I haven't got any of these, so pretty happy to pay £1 for this one. Here we've got a little dragster. I'm not sure who made that or what it is. Well, no, it's a dragster, but I don't know anything about it. It's got python coming down the nose. Very small scale. Got a little Mercedes coming up, and that's from a company called Hongwell, which is part of Carrarama. Pretty decent really for the Mercedes 300 SL, I think that is. I know Schuco do it and a few other premium brands. But that's a pretty good casting really, and Hongwell, Carrarama are a cheap brand over here in the UK, so not an expensive piece. Got a Johnny Lightning coming up. This is a sort of Cadillac hearse almost, but it's the one with surfboards on the roof and the very flower power type violet colour, and it's called the Heavenly Hearse on the side there. Not too sure what series, whether this was part of the Street Freaks from Johnny Lightning, but it's an okay piece. And I've got a couple of older pieces here. This is from a company called Husky. It's obviously the E-type Jag, but this is in, I would say, like a play worn condition with paint chips there, but a nice colour. Strange with the yellow interior, but I've got an older piece again, and this was from a different seller, this one. It was £5 and it's a Dinky Double-O and it's an Austin Taxi. Again, a little rough, we've got some paint loss, but I thought it was quite sweet with the little driver figure inside. So for a £5, I thought that was worth it. This next one I don't really know too much about. Obviously I've heard of the company, but it's a mini Dinky and it's a 1/65th scale, it says on the base, in MGB. He had it priced up for £10, but I did get it for about £8 because I bought a few pieces from him. But it's got an opening bonnet and a boot. Pretty good condition overall really, a little bit of paint loss on the bonnet. But as I say, I haven't looked into this, I don't know anything about it. When it was produced, I'm assuming back in the 60s or 70s. But I bought it just because it was one that I hadn't seen before. Next one coming up, again, is an older piece, and this actually came in a box with a key. It's a Clockwork toy. And it's from a company called Minic. And it's a Ford Royal Mail van, as you can see. Scale model Clockwork toys. So we've got a nice vintage box. It has got a flap missing from one end, but nevertheless. Oh, something the seller did tell me, in actual fact, although it's got Ford on the box, on the stamp there, I know this isn't focusing, yeah there it is, it's got Morris, and apparently it's because they ran out of boxes with the word Morris printed on it, or couldn't afford to produce them. So that's a bit of a different piece. I'll just show you the underside quickly so we can see the Minic toys, made in England. Minic was part of Triang. You can see the clockwork mechanism. It does work, but I won't do that now just in case there's any issues with it. Only a couple more pieces left. This one here is a 1/43rd scale by Vanguards, and it's just a Ford Cortina Mark II. Again, this was loose in the box along with most of these 1/64th scales that I purchased, but luckily it was still in good condition and really no main issues, so that was worth getting. And the next one is actually a caravan that I purchased. Just draw the camera out so we can get the caravan on there. And this is from a company called CIJ, and they are from France. I have heard of CIJ. I believe they're part of the Eligor group. I'm not too sure when this was produced. I'm looking at the wheels and tyres. I would imagine it's a sort of maybe 70s, 80s casting, and it's got some interior detail, some shelving and such like. And I would imagine that has been repainted in white as a guess. I'm not too sure. It has got some paint chips, so it's something else I'll have to have a look at. But if anybody of you watching know anything about this CIJ caravan, by all means let me know. And this next little combo is a little bit different. This is from the same seller as the Minic toys and the MGB. Not sure if I'll be able to fit this all onto the turntable, but that is a white metal kit that the guy that I bought it off made up himself, and it's very, very heavy and very good quality, and it was only a £5, which I thought was a pretty good bargain myself. I'm not a collector of steam traction vehicles, but this is a rolled roller, of course, but I thought it was a nice little set, and it's been put together and painted quite well. So again, for £5 this was a good little bargain, so pretty pleased to have got this one. And with the last three items I've got are carded items, and what I'll do is I'll just stop the turntable and move it aside, because obviously we won't be putting carded items on the turntable. Unfortunately this video has gone on a little bit, 24 minutes I'm noticing. Just draw the camera out, wait for that to focus. And it's from Johnny Lightning, and it's the Monsters set, and it's a die-cast model kit, as you can see. Obviously I've seen this as the normal car on a card, but I haven't seen this in kit form before, so I thought I would just purchase this. It was only a couple of quid, which I know is cheap, so I'll probably build it up, I would imagine, at some stage. So pretty pleased to have got that. And the other one that I was very pleased with is this carded Ravel. And it's a 1958 Chevy Impala. So that is a very nice casting from Ravel. So really pleased with this one. I would like to find more. I did actually get one more carded Revel, but I cannot find it. But this one is the better one of the two that I bought. This was £3, so and there's a list of what else they do, which 2002, so pretty good. So as I say, yeah, very happy to have got that, and lovely card art there. And the last model is this Tomica Limited Vintage. Now obviously I've seen channels showing Tomica TLVs, if you like, in 1/64 scale, but I wasn't even aware that they'd done a 1/43 series. This isn't an exciting vehicle, but again, I just thought I would get it just to have a look. Obviously you can see the underside of the box. Yeah, take the lid off. Got the card on top. And as you can see, I paid £10 for it, which, considering the price of 1/64 TLVs, I would imagine a £10 note was pretty reasonable for this. So the plastic canopy does come off, but I will say this is in excellent condition. It looks as if it's really been left in the box. There doesn't appear to be any dust or display signs at all. I'm pretty pleased that I picked this up. See the Tomica there, and but that is a very nice truck. So if any of you that are watching have got any other 1/43 scale TLVs, and you know anything about this particular truck, do let me know. I'd be interested to know. So apologies for this long video, hopefully you may dip in and out, but this has been my Toy Fair haul. In actual fact, I've got one more that I haven't shown. Again, I didn't put it on the turntable earlier because it was larger than 1/64, although it is based loosely on 1/64, and this is from Jada, and it's the COE cab over engine. What I liked about this is the two-tone blue, in that we've got one side that's the pale metallic blue and the other side which is the darker shade. So the Ford Motor Company, Detroit, Michigan. So that's a lovely little truck as well. Not as nice as the TLV, to be fair, but just leave it there so you can take a look at that. So I'll hope you've enjoyed this, my little Toy Fair haul. And it just remains for me to say to everybody out there, of course, please take care, stay safe, and bye for now.